Hey there guys, it's your good pal Wiggly, and welcome to my Let's Play of Super Mario Bros. Now, this game needs absolutely no introduction, I'm sure. However, I'm going to give it one anyway, because I always do. Super Mario Bros. Was originally released in 1985 for the Nintendo Entertainment System, or Famicom, in Japan, and has gotten many re-releases over the years, and there's a good reason for that, because this game, along with like Pac-Man and the original arcade Donkey Kong, are in the bucket of games that we consider to be like the poster children of video games. And the reason for that is that after the video game crash of 1983, I'm not going to go too deep into that, there's so many video essays about it. This game not only invented basically the 2D platformer genre, but also more or less saved the video game industry as we know it today by helping Nintendo to sort of push the Nintendo Entertainment System in a market that was kind of burned by the low quality games of Atari at the time. And as a result, this game has had a long-standing legacy, stood the test of time, people still play it to this day, and I am going to be one of them. Now, I've obviously played this game before. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like, oh my god, it's a blind Let's Play. I've never seen Super Mario Bros. Before. And I have beaten this game once before, like 5 years ago with warps, but I've never truly beaten this game from start to finish without warps. And as a result, I sort of feel like my gamer pride has been damaged, more or less. So I'm going to be playing it from beginning to end today. And not using warps, I will finally, in 2026, beat this game properly. I'm excited to do so. If you're curious, I am playing this game on a Nintendo Classic, or an NES Classic, sorry. And as a result, I am playing it with the proper controller because they have really good replicas of the NES controllers. So this is without playing it on a CRT on my actual NES, which is just a pain to record and wouldn't look that good. This is more or less the most authentic experience I can have. So I hope you're as excited as I am. This is my journey of beating all of the 2D Marios that I want to beat, because after Galaxy, I really wanted to just like sit down and give Mario the time of day that he probably deserves. So as you can see, we can select one player or two player game. The second player obviously plays as Luigi. He was in the original game as well. So let's go ahead and hop into it right now. Here we go. I'm sure I don't have to explain the mechanics of Mario to you. You got an A button, you got a B button, you can hit blocks from underneath to get coins. 100 of them gives you an extra life. You get mushrooms. You grow. This just feels stupid for me to explain this, man. Jumping on Goombas, getting points, because they always had an obsession with points as like an overhold from the arcade days, and we hadn't gotten rid of them yet. I know right here there is a 1-up. I do not know where all of the hidden 1-ups are, but that is like the most famous one. And after you get a mushroom and grow big, you can get a fire flower in the boxes that would have mushrooms otherwise. And this is the most powered up form of Mario in the game, sort of. I guess there is like one more that we will see here in a little bit, but yeah, that's it. That's Super Mario Bros. In a nutshell. It is 8 worlds of 4 levels apiece, and we are going to be beating that today. I do not know how well I'm going to be able to commentate over this. Over there, you can see that we have a flagpole, and of course, the higher up that you get on the flagpole, which I totally failed, you can get more points. And again, points have no purpose, really. It's just like, how high of a score can you get? An extra little challenge. Those fireworks, I believe, happen when you finish on, like, a double-digit number at the end of your time, I think. I'm not exactly totally sure on how that works, but I know it works that way in later games. Now we are underground. I've always really liked how the Goombas look underground, because they swap with the color palette, because, you know, the NES has color, like color limitations and all of that. And I've always just really liked these, like, dark bluish gray Goombas and Koopas. I've always kind of found them to be super fascinating. Now, we could hit the blocks on the top up there and go to a secret area that lets us warp to future levels. However, I'm obviously not going to do that. It is the most well-known secret, quote-unquote, in video games. If I remember correctly, yes, there is a 1-up there, and I think that's like the last 1-up that I actually know about. Over here, we have piranha plants. These nasty little guys that like to pop up out of pipes. I mean, the only way to kill them is with a Starman or with the fireball. So, yeah, I'm not totally sure how difficult this is going to be. My brain is just totally in ADHD mode right now because I'm super stimulated. It's just Mario 1, man. It is what it is. But yeah, I'm not sure how difficult this is going to be for me. I know that the later levels of this game are super hard, but I mean, I'm I'm not a child anymore, and I think that I'm more than well equipped to handle playing this game. And you might be wondering, Wiggly, what the heck are you doing? This is Super Mario Brothers. I've seen this game a billion times, and I want to play through all of the 2D Mario games now, because I've only beaten Super Mario World. That's the only 2D Mario game that I've actually beaten from start to finish properly, and it just feels weird having not played these games. And after Super Mario Galaxy, I think I've kind of started to awaken that Mario fan bone in my veins. What am I saying? But as a result, I want to play some 2D Mario. I wanted to play some more Mario, but I didn't want to go on to Galaxy 2 right away. So here we are, playing Mario 1. We are already on our way to World 1-4. The 4th level in every world is a castle, and at the end of this castle will be a boss. We have these iconic-looking fire bar things. Another obstacle that's just, like, super ingrained in my mind as just, like, a Mario thing. They appear to this day, I believe, and they're just a good classic video game obstacle, you know what I mean? There's hidden coin blocks there in that pit, and I really feel like I'm rushing. Now, here is Bowser. You can either kill him with fireballs or jump over him to grab that axe to pull out the bridge from underneath him. Just depends on what you have on you at the time and what you want to do. And as you could see, he turned into a Goomba for some reason. And the reason for that is that he was not Bowser at all. Here we have Toad. Thank you, Mario. But our princess is in another castle. We're going to be seeing this message 7 times until we get to the real princess. Of course. Spoilers. So, yeah, there are fake Bowsers all around. Now, I want to mention some weird thing that's always just, like, stuck in my brain as being, like, super odd. All of the bricks, according to the NES American manual, I don't think this is mentioned in the Japanese manual at all. The brick blocks are apparently made of toads, according to the NES manual, and that's just, like, really funny because I just killed a guy right there. Isn't that beautiful? Mario the hero. Okay, so let's go ahead and get hit. Darn it. We do not want that. Do any of these contain a mushroom for me? No, unfortunate. Well, as you can see, unlike some later games, you actually lose also your big status as well as the fire flower when you get hit, which is a damn shame. But, oh. I thought I could land on the edge of the pipe. I was greedy. And when you get hit, when you're small, you die instantly, and that is your life gone. Now, obviously, you can get extra lives as you go through the game, and when you lose all of your lives, you are sent back to the very beginning of the game, because NES games were just like that, and I totally missed that mushroom. That's a shame, so we're going to have to be pretty careful here. That is a variant of a Koopa Troopa called a Paratroopa. I've always called them Paracoopas, but I don't think that's actually, like, the real name. You know what I mean? Aha. So, most of this game's challenge is just sort of getting used to Mario's momentum and doing what you can to just avoid the obstacles along the way. And again, the challenge mostly just comes to how familiar you are with how Mario moves and whether you can perform the task. And that's a 2D platformer for you. It really is just in its simplest form. And I keep getting all of these extra point fireworks. I'm going to have to go back and look at the times to see if that is actually what is happening. I'm not totally sure. And here we have an underwater level. I really like this song. We have one of my favorite Mario enemies in the series here already. They are bloopers. They chase you down in the water, and you have different controls, and everybody was always like, oh my god, underwater levels. They changed my controls. It's terrible. And I mean, like, you know, I feel like the difference between like a casual gamer and like a sort of more hardcore, I don't like saying the term hardcore gamer. It sounds stupid, but like just like a more what am I trying to say? I don't really know how to word it. I'm just gonna say it. Hardcore gamer is like just being able to just like get over your impulses and be like, okay, this is just like a new style of play, and it's not always going to be the same thing for the whole game, and you just get used to it and you move on. Now, that's not to say there aren't bad mechanics. There are, but not really in this game, I wouldn't say. But you know what I mean. Look, man, I don't know what a Let's Play of Super Mario Brothers for me was going to look like, and I guess this is it. This is what we got. I'm not going to re-record it. I'm not going to try to make it any better than this. I keep getting these. I'm not paying attention to my time when I finish the levels. Is this just like a crazy coincidence? Popping out of the water here, we have Cheep Cheeps, which is kind of weird considering the Cheep Cheeps weren't in the underwater level. Actually, wait. I think they were. I think I just totally like tuned them out. Actually, never mind. Ignore me. And these levels are notorious for being real problems for beginners. However, I'm not going to struggle with them at all, I don't think, because it's basically just like running forward as fast as you can and just avoiding them to the best of your ability. I've never been able to like quickly hop up those stairs. I see people do it all the time where they're just like boing, 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 and they're all the way up the stairs, and I've never been able to do it. It's not my thing. We are already at the second world castle, which is beautiful. This is going way more smoothly than I thought it would. In here, we of course have a fire flower. I like the fire flower more than the mushroom, which I know is like a hot take, but but I really appreciate that the fire flower does not move after I get it out of the box. The mushroom moves everywhere, and that's like super annoying and can lead to you missing it. So I don't know if this is one of the castles that's like later in the game has like a little puzzle where you have to go through like the right path. How was I going to avoid that? I guess I could have avoided it by ducking, but that's fine. Because once you get hit once, you can just use your invincibility frames to run right through him and call it good. Thank you, Mario, but our princess is in another castle once again. Of course. World 3-1. And we have like a night sky and like some snow trees, which is kind of cool. I saw an interesting video the other day about like how Mario is never like this game has like no actual real set color palette. Like there's not a correct color scheme for this game. I'll link it in the description if I can find it, but it was really interesting that like every version of this game has like slightly different colors, and there's no true answer to what is like the correct way to look at it. So it was a really interesting video that I saw, and I'm just kind of pulling things out of my ass here because I want to fill the dead air. But at some point here, I'm gonna have to really lock in because it's starting to get a little more difficult now. We have paratroopers everywhere, and I'm not sure how many times I've actually seen World 3 because the pipe skips you to World 4, or I mean, I guess you can go to World 2 or 3, but why would you? You can go straight to World 4, and I always do. So I'm kind of reacting more than I was in the last stage. Here we have Hammer Brothers, the worst enemy in the game. Your real only chance, truthfully, I mean, you can jump on them from the top, but unless you have a fire flower or you're able to get underneath them, they are just a nightmare. You have no true way of killing them, to be honest. I'm gonna have to watch. Every time you kick a Koopa shell, make sure that you watch that it's not gonna come back to you and kill you right away. I feel so weird playing a game that's just like this simple. There is a way to like jump on a Koopa and like get infinite lives by like constantly bumping the shell into the stairs here, but I don't know how to do it. I'm sure it's not that hard. I've just never really tried because I don't like cheating. I don't want to be a cheater. The whole point of this is to prove my gamer cred and earn my gamer card. What am I saying, man? Anyway, we are now in World 3-2, which has a lot of flat design, which is interesting because it's not really that hard. You can curve around like that. Mario has a good amount of air maneuverability, and any game that had anything resembling platforming before this kind of just like, once you jumped in a direction, that was it. You were committed to that jump. But here you actually have a little bit of freedom to adjust where you are in the air, and that was like a super big innovation for the time. Really shows how how games were at the time. kind of a beautiful thing, to be honest. I've always been super enamored with like video game history, and of course this game is, you gotta look at this. It's the game. I don't think it's the greatest game ever or anything, but like it's pretty undeniable that this game is like mega important. Just not only to like games in general, but it's also just like a cultural icon. Like it's so big that it more or less like transcends gaming, to be honest. It's kind of wild. All right, anyway, let's go ahead and be real careful here. Grabbing some coins along the way, trying to get some extra lives to give myself a buffer. We have these weighted platforms, not really a fan of those. This is going really well. I'm kind of scared of how well this is going, because people are going to be like, oh, you've beaten this game a billion times. I can tell you have, but I swear I haven't. I've only beaten this game once with warps, but I guess today my third eye is just kind of awoken so far. I'm saying that, but we aren't to worlds like 6, 7, 8 yet, and World 8 is scary. I'm not exactly excited for oh god, for World 8, and here we go. The start of the ruination. My voice is cracking for some reason. I have a very dry throat today. Damn. I probably should have drank some water before recording this, and I might actually take a break to get some water here in a second. Although, would that mess up my flow is the question of the hour. Alright, give me a mushroom. It tends to go away from the direction that you are, so if you're more to the left of the block, it'll move right, and if you're more to the right of the block, it tends to move left. I think that's a thing in this game. I know that's a thing in later games, but that causes many people pain until you figure that out, as it were. Playing this is more or less just like a prerequisite to playing the games that I actually really wanted to play super bad. But not that I don't want to play this game, but you know what I mean. Okay, so now we have some fun going on here. I have to really... When you're in that scenario, it's really tough to figure out when the best opportunity to go is, because you can either try to jump over him, or you can try to run underneath him, and either way is just like a total pain in the ass. But yeah, I mean, again, this game is really just like the first step toward playing some of the more substantial games that I want to play, including the sequel to this game. And by sequel, I don't mean the American one. I mean the Japanese one that I barely touched ever, and I'm kind of scared of, to be honest. But that's what's next in the lineup. So if I can't beat this, boy, I can't beat that game. That's for sure. That's going to be an interesting video. But I think I'm going to make this one video, because we're almost halfway through, which is kind of crazy. I did pretty well in avoiding Bowser there. Here we have Lakitu, a very beloved Mario enemy who throws Spinies from you at a cloud. I thought that the buffer there was going to kill me and make me run right into the pit, which would have been wild. And again, just like the Cheep Cheeps, if you can just like keep up a good pace and just like keep running, he really can't like keep up with you in terms of throwing these Spinies at you. I think they're called Spinies. I'll correct myself in text if I ever say something like incorrect. And that was beautiful! I did it! I did the weird jump up the thing that I see people do all the time. Also, if you've never seen speedruns of this game, go look them up. We basically got this game down to an exact science. People have played it as well as computers could. It's kind of crazy. Alright, World 4-2. And if you go up above the ceiling in this level, oh my goodness, tight platforming here, there is another warp pipe that you can use to get to World 8. So you basically only have to play, like, what is it, like 4, 2, and 2. You only have to play like 8 levels in the game in order to beat it if you want to be a cheater about it. But, you know, it's fun. I thought for sure there would be something in that block. Is there anything in any of these blocks? No? Unfortunate. So as you can see, we have a new enemy here. We have Buzzy Beetles, which basically just function the same way as Koopas. I don't really know what, like, the difference is between the two. I'm pretty sure they're just more or less like a Koopa reskin, but I'm sure somebody will correct me if that's false. Oh my goodness. They are starting to lay traps everywhere, and it's kind of impressive that this game... I'm not just, like, blowing smoke up this game's ass in order to, like, fill the dead air at this point, but, like... I've always had, like, an appreciation for this game, because, like, when you sit down and you think about how things are placed, and this goes for like a lot of NES games, the way things are placed are like really smart. Like there's all sorts of like little traps where like this looks like a really inviting place to jump, and then you realize, oh shit, there's a Koopa there that was just barely off screen. It happened to me earlier, and it's just like, it's a really, really well designed video game once you get like a hang on it. And obviously it hasn't aged like super amazingly, but considering how old it is and the state that the video game industry was in when it released, I really don't think it could have aged a whole lot better, to be honest. But, you know, like, this game is still more than playable to just about anybody today. And that's partially due to how simple it is, but honestly, of the games that released on the NES, like, at launch or around launch, this was, like, the most complicated game on the system, and definitely more complex than, like, a majority of Atari games. So, let's not split hairs and call this, like, the simplest game on the planet, because I think that's pretty reductive. All right, we are now on our way to the halfway point once we beat this this level. Okay, so this is definitely one of the levels that I was thinking of where you have to pick the correct path, and it's more or less just like trial and error, I think, because if you choose the wrong path, it'll like loop on you. And I'm gonna guess that was the wrong path. No, that seemed to have been the correct path. I'm gonna take this path right here and see if this is the correct one. And obviously, looping is not a fun thing. Ah, here you are. It's looped again. Let's try the bottom path here this time. Please do not... Oh, fuck. Okay, thank you. I was gonna say, please do not shoot a fireball at me. And there we are. Bowser, eat it. As you can see, they are adding more obstacles, and Bowser is getting more, like, erratic as the game goes on, and that's, like, the difficulty curve. That's what you got. And it's just kind of beautiful in its simplicity, you know what I mean? Something I didn't mention before is that there is a difference between red Koopa Troopas and green Koopa Troopas. Green Koopa Troopas will just walk forward, and they will, like, walk off cliffs if you let them. Green Paratroopas just kind of bounce wherever they please, but red Koopa Troopas and Paratroopas, they tend to stay on the platform, and they don't walk off, they always turn around. And the red Paratroopas fly just like in a set pattern, left or right or up and down. As you can see there, we got a Starman, which makes you invincible for a short time, and in these little cannon things, we have another enemy. This game has a pretty decent amount of enemy variety. However, it doesn't look like they're gonna shoot any of them at me, which is kind of strange, so I guess I'll take it. I won't be complaining about that. And I think with that, I think we've seen every enemy in this game. I don't think that there are any more. But yeah, I mean, like, that's a decent little handful of enemies. I didn't just choose a couple. Will you show me the enemy now? Yes, there he is. It's Bullet Bill. A little bullet with arms. Kind of a quirky little dude. All right, now we are getting into the weeds of it. This is what I think of when I think of this game. This type of stuff. Yes, there we go. Those hammers do hurt you, and they are a pain. You really gotta be, like, quick with your reflexes in order to deal with hammer bros that are in front of you and you can't get beneath. Total pain. Let's grab those coins, come up here and grab some more. And just be very cautious, trying to move somewhat quickly, but not going too crazy about it. And there, I could have gone back. I could have killed that other hammer bro, but I just wasn't really thinking about it. Yeah, as you can see, the red Koopa Troopas, they go back and forth on the platform. They don't walk off, so that's a cool little detail that they have, like, differences. I've always really liked the Koopa Troopas, especially, like, their designs in later games. They're just cute dudes. Big fan. Not my favorite Mario enemy. We won't be seeing my favorite in this game. If you watched my Super Mario Galaxy Let's Play or some of my others, you will know that boos are my favorite, and we will not be seeing them for a couple more games now, and I'm excited to get to see them in their home eventually. I don't think I'll be completely blind for, like, many of these games, almost any of them, so I'm not going to put blind in the title, but, I mean, sometimes I will be reacting to the levels for the first time. Sometimes I just gotta stop talking for a second and focus, because that was like a real precarious situation, and I am better at this game than I thought I was. I'm kind of crushing it right now, to be honest. And I shouldn't be tooting my own horn like this, but, you know, this is going really well. All right, level 5-4. I don't know if it's just because I'm in a flow state. We have a mega long fire bar there, and I'm not going to deal with that right now. We have another choose your adventure path here. Hopefully I chose the right one. Looks like it. And I don't know if it's just because I'm like commentating or if in like getting into like a flow state or if just today is my lucky day or something. But I mean, this is, I really couldn't have asked for this to go much better. Like, it looks like I've beaten this game a billion times, but I'm really just, I'm going on the fly, man. I swear. I definitely know the two games that we're going to play after this significantly less than this game. That is for sure. All right, so we have another Lakitu level, which is not super fun, but you can kill him. He will respawn eventually, but you have a brief moment of peace to just run at full speed, which is wonderful. All right, let's go ahead and just keep on running, getting as far as we can before he respawns. There he is once again, which is fine. Don't stress about it. And that was clean. World 6-1 complete. I really am just in awe at how fast this is flying by. I've always considered myself to be like super, super bad at this game, but you know, it's turning out all right. Like I guess I just shouldn't have like underestimated myself. Always have confidence in yourself. Have confidence, no confidence. If you know that reference, good for you. You are based. Oh, there's a vine up there. I should probably show this at some point. I don't actually know where most of them are, but you can go up to like a little secret area with these smiling clouds, which is kind of weird. I definitely wouldn't want to see a smile on a cloud in real life, but you know, you get a whole bunch of coins as long as you can stay on the platform, which is super nice. Get you closer to another life. No complaints from me, and we have totally screwed it, except for I can get up here. And if you have enough momentum, you can actually run over 1 block gaps. I do know that. I guess, like, I don't know. Maybe once you get past World 8 once, and you kind of lab that out, maybe this game just, like, isn't so hard after that point, because, like, this is going well. I'm just kind of in shock at that, to be honest with you. Once again, I did not pay attention to my time. But if it has double digits at the end, then you know we have this is weird. I've never seen this before. There's just a black and white level. That's not like a glitch or anything, is it? It's just how it is. Because I mean, like, the clouds aren't black and white. They got red in them and whatnot. But you know, oh my goodness. Okay, we are now in. That was a situation and a half, because I don't know. I don't really know what I could have done there to fix that. And here is the beginning of the end. This is where I start choking. I guarantee it. Okay. Lock in. Come on, Wiggly. Do not fuck up. Please stop that. Okay. Now let's try to get some more coins to give us some more lives. Stupid. Stupid decision, man. Okay, we are down to 3 lives, which is actually 4 because the 0th life counts. So, you know, that's kind of nice, I suppose. But if we get these coins, we will eventually increase our buffer here. All right, there we go. And I lost that mushroom. I was trying to make it come left, but that didn't happen. So, you know what? We're just going to have to get over it and move on. Don't think about it. Don't think about what you could have had. Cherish what you had. It's better to have mushroomed and lost than never to have mushroomed at all, as they say. Okay. Hopping up here. Dodging bullet bills on these platforms, which is super rude. And there we go. I need to get a mushroom. I do not like being small. It is super anxiety inducing. Another another firework. World 6-4. After this, we will be 3/4 through the game. Give me that mushroom and just stay up here, Mario. Thank you. Okay, so now I hate you. I hate you. Fireball. They're called like potaboos or something like that. I don't know exactly, but They have a weird name. What did I just hit? Why did I do like such a small jump there? That was weird. Did I hit like an invisible ceiling? I do not know this level whatsoever, but you know, we'll get through it. Okay, wait for the fireball to show up again. There we go. And we will hop on down and go. Very nice. Okay. Be extra careful. You want to keep this, because if you don't have this, it's like being a naked babe in the woods. Okay, and oh my goodness, there's stuff happening everywhere. Okay. Give me those coins, baby. All right, and we're just gonna go for it. Oh my god, he's throwing hammers now, which is not nice. Okay, okay. Stay away from me. Go away. All right. Oh, damn. Okay, that's fine. I wanted to keep my mushroom, but not the biggest deal in the world. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. It's okay, guys. It's fine. No problem, Toad. We appreciate you. World 7 already. Holy cow. We're already almost to the end of the game. We're almost done. Oh my god, there is stuff happening. There's got to be something in one of these. Yes, thank you. All right, grab that and go. Go, 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 please. Okay. There might have been something nice in one of those. Holy cow, this level is such a difficulty jump. There is danger everywhere. You really got to be, like, on your guard here. Hello, buddy. Come on down. Very nice. Okay, and I wanted to see if there was anything in any of these blocks, but I guess not. It's fine. Okay. Please, please, just be careful. Please, for the love. Oh, damn it. Okay, go, 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 go. Just ignore it. Just ignore it. Just go. Okay, and up here we have, ooh, a mushroom in here. Very polite of you. That was kind of weird having stairs next to stairs, but hey, I'm not complaining. That level was quite a jump in difficulty, I'll be honest. Okay, World 7-2. Underground again. Makes sense, makes sense. Or is it underwater? It could be. It is underwater. Okay, good to know. Well, I'm going to try to get all of the coins that I can to give myself a buffer now that this game is getting difficult. I'm getting a little scared. I would love, 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 love to beat this game on my first try here in front of you guys today, after not having touched it for like 5 years and only having beaten it once with warps. That would be so beautiful. Oh my gosh, okay. There we go. Coming on up above these guys. And yes, there were sheeps in the water. I was totally wrong back in level like 2, 3 or whatever it was. The first like cheap bridge level. Alright, go, 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 go. Just ignore it. Oh my god. I knew I was gonna get hit there. There was no choice. Okay, and this cheap is in a rude spot. Into the pipe, Mario. Oh, I wish that went better. I wish I kept my mushroom the whole way through. I really want a fire flower back. The difference between the confidence that you have when you have a fire flower versus when you don't is vast. Quite a gap. 7-3 could be a little scary. Ah, it is another cheap bridge level, which is not ideal. But again, as long as you just, like, keep your eyes forward, it should be okay. I only have 1 life left. Oh my god. Here it comes. Here it comes. Here comes what I expected the video to be. But I'm happy that I made it all the way to World 7 on my first go. I really can't complain about that. Okay, give me that shroom. What? I thought for sure I jumped on him properly. Oh no, it doesn't count the 0th life. I was wrong. Shit. Well, son of a gun. You know what that means. And there we go. I just lost like 6 lives or something in World 2-1. Here it is. I gotta pay for for doing so well the first time around. I knew this wasn't gonna be so easy for me. Darn it, man. Alrighty, here we are once again in World 7-4. This time around, I have tried to go a little bit slower and get as many lives as I could, but since I died a couple times, I've ended up with only like, I think I have 4 lives. I wasn't really paying attention, but I really did try. So we have another one of these levels where it loops if you choose the wrong path. It seems like the most difficult path would be the top path to keep, because like you gotta do a little jump here. So maybe this is the correct path. Seems like no. Where the heck? What is the right way to get through here? Do I gotta go like bottom, top? Maybe. This is okay. Earlier I said there were no bad mechanics. Maybe this isn't a maybe this isn't a great mechanic. How about bottom, middle, top? Is that what we're looking for? Yes, indeed. Okay, remember, because I'm probably gonna die in World 8, and I'm gonna have to do it again. So it's bottom, middle, top. So we have it's looping again. Oh my goodness. Also, as you can see, there is a semi-strict time limit. Nothing too terrible. But it goes down definitely faster than seconds. It is kind of schmoovin' there. Okay, go Mario. Yes! Yes! I'm glad I managed to jump around the hammers on camera. Also, for some reason, sometimes it stutters a little bit when I grab the hammer, or the axe, or whatever you want to call it. I don't know why it's an axe, by the way. Here we are in World 8-1, the final level of the game. Well, the final world of the game, not the final level. It's kind of just like the standard first stage theme, except for it's got a lot more going on to it. And by theme, I just mean like the normal stuff. Nothing really crazy interesting going on. Normal color palette, and just enemies and pipes and whatnot. So, you know, I say that as if that's not like the whole game, but you know what I mean. It's not like nighttime or whatever. I kind of would have liked for it to be. It would have been like a cool like visual distinction for the final world, but you know what I mean. Okay, so as I said before, if you keep up your momentum, you can run over one block gaps. Come on, Wiggly. Lock in. 3 lives. Okay, it's like we're at the beginning of the game now. All right, let's go ahead and get around all of this nonsense, please and thank you. Okay. And grab some coins along the way to try to chip away at getting us another life for a buffer, but not going too crazy about it, because if you're near enemies and you're trying to get coins, that is a recipe for disaster. That's generally when you find yourself in a pickle where you are dying. Okay, you get out of here. And we know that there is a Starman in this block, so we'll go ahead and be a little more reactive here. Just kind of really looking ahead and thinking about what is coming our direction. There was a little turtle in a box over there, the small turtle house. Same reference as before, by the way. If you know, you know. Oh my goodness. Okay, go Mario. Get out of here. I find it easier to like turn around there for some reason and do those weird little backward jumps. I don't know why, but it just helps me. All right, 8-2, give me your worst. Actually, maybe don't do that, because actually you're one of the nastier levels in my memory. I'm glad I killed that Lakitu. You are not as bad as 8-3. I remember 8-3 is pretty bad, but we'll get there momentarily. But this level's a little polite because they give you this 1-up mushroom here near the start. And as long as you don't get killed by the Lakitu or those 3 paratroopers, you can grab that mushroom every time that you die and not operate at a net loss on lives. So that's pretty nice. So we have a super mushroom here. We're feeling a little more confident, but nothing too crazy. Damn it. Well, I realized that I haven't gone down a pipe yet, and you actually can go down some of these pipes. Oh goodness, this jump. There we go. You really gotta have the momentum. If you try to jump from that as a standstill, it's not gonna be a good time. So here's what happens when you go down a pipe. You get sent to like a little small extra coin room. Try every pipe in the game if you feel so inclined to do. and you can get extra coins. Now, I'm not too pressed for lives, I don't think, but I mean, like, more is always better, so I mean, I guess I could have been a little more, oh gosh, aggressive about checking every pipe, but we are almost near the end of this level, and there we go. Beautiful, thank goodness. 2 more levels left, although I'm scared. I'm terrified of 8-3. Okay, here we go. 8-3 has 1 gimmick and 1 gimmick only. It is, well, okay, kind of 2 gimmicks. There are bullet bills a lot and tons of Hammer Bros, which is just the worst possible decision. Thankfully, I don't think Hammer Bros can jump down 2 whole levels. Okay, mushroom in that block. Remember, oh my gosh, you really gotta go for it, man. Okay, so if I had a fire flower, I would be a happy man. However, I don't think that's going to be an option for us today in this day and age. However, I can go ahead and check. Oh my goodness, thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, remember where those 2 power-ups are because we may need them again in the future, but if you have a fire flower, this level becomes a bit easier, thankfully. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get rid of some of these guys. As you can see, this block here has a little outline on the top, and that's because you can actually hit it to get some extra coins. I don't think that we're close, oh my gosh, close enough to a life to worry about it. Holy cow! Ooh, final level. 3rd attempt, and I've made it to the final level with an okay number of lives. I'm super happy about that. Alright, now the only thing I actually remember about 8-4 is that it is like a weird trial and error maze type level, which I don't know why they did this. I guess to make the final level kind of stand out a little more, but I'm really not a fan of this stage, but I think I remember the layout more or less. I'm pretty sure, or at least I thought it was that pipe. Uh-oh. This isn't looking good. I want to make sure to keep my fire flower. For the love of God, if I do anything in this stage, it should be keep my fire flower. I tried the same pipe again. I'm so stupid. Okay. It's the pipe before that. As you can see, it just kind of loops infinitely, and then you gotta, like, pick a direction to go, and there are false directions that send you back to the beginning of the level, which is super annoying. So, this area here, I remember where this one is, because this one took me forever to figure out the first time I did it. So we'll go ahead and do that. Voila. Me having done this before with the warps, it is really helping me out here, although I kind of wish I could have figured it out on camera with you guys, but that's okay. So, we have 3 pipes, and I don't remember which one it is. I'm going to take the farthest one. Actually, it's 4 pipes. Is it this one? Yes, excellent. Okay, we have a little underwater section here just to really screw you over. And we have water in the fire. Why? Another reference to the same thing as before. If you know, you know. It is a hit YouTube classic. I hope you know. Okay, we still have my fire flower, which is good, because this area has the most annoying enemy in the game. That specific Hammer Bro killed me so many times when I tried to do it with warps. And here's Bowser once again, the final Bowser. The screen is flickering, everything is going crazy, and we did it! That is Super Mario Brothers. That was not as bad as I thought it'd be. Peach is really short and has red hair. Thank you, Mario. Your quest is over. We present you a new quest. Push button B to select a world. Wow, that was a lot smoother than I thought it would be, but I guess having done it with warps kind of gave me a bit of an advantage. Alright. Whoops. Alright. And if you push B, you can choose which level you go to. And I think, if I remember correctly, there's a way... Let's see if it worked, actually. Yes. So, this is a hard mode of Mario 1. It's not so hard that I feel like I feel like it's worth showing again, but the main difference is that all of the Goombas become Buzzy Beetles, as you can see, which definitely is more annoying, for sure. And also enemies kind of move a little more aggressively, like all the enemies are way faster. So, I mean, it is definitely more of a challenge. I've never completed it. I don't really feel like I need to either, because if I want to play Super Mario Bros. But really hard, I think we got that coming up, you guys. So, well, I guess that is going to be everything. Actually, I do have one thing that I want to show, because it's the most well-known glitch in video game history. It's pretty cool. So, if we head to the end of World 1-2, and you also have to be big for this trick to work. If you remove these 2 blocks here and do like a weird, fucky little crouch jump and get enough momentum moving toward the wall, you can go through the wall and go into this pipe before the numbers show up, and you get sent to World -1, which is, again, it's the most well-known glitch in video game history, but I'm sure some people don't know about it, but it's just a strange, little, weird thing, man, and it doesn't work in some of the later versions, like Super Mario All-Stars. You can still go through the wall, but you can't come to World -1, and it's just this level here. I think it's World, like, I think it's the first water level in the game, I think. It might be different, I'm not totally sure, but, yeah, and you might be thinking, well, does this take you to World -2? That would be crazy, right? And unfortunately, no, it does not, because once you get to the end of this area here, if I can do it without dying, please, it just loops infinitely forever, and you will eventually run out of time and run out of lives because you've run out of time too many times, and that's just it. So, anyway, thank you all for watching my Let's Play of Super Mario Bros. That went so much more smoothly than I thought it would. If you enjoyed the series, please consider giving it a like. If you are new, consider subscribing. If you want to follow my socials or join my Discord, they're in the description. If you like what I do and would like to help me do it better, consider becoming a member. And I hope to see you guys next time when we tackle the Japanese version of Super Mario Bros. 2, also known as Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels. I'm scared.